Okay, so a circle theorem question. With these questions, it's really important that you set all your working out and you give reasons for every step. So I'm going to do it one way, and there probably are slightly different ways of doing it. And as long as you give the reason, then that's absolutely fine. We're asked to find ODF, and just to help us, I'm just going to mark that on. So it's that angle there. Now, just finding this angle here, which we're going to start off with, it doesn't mean it's the same angle as that. You can't guarantee that the arrow is going to be symmetrical. So we're going to start off with this one. But how do I show the examiner that's the one I'm starting off with? Well, the letters are there so you can actually write down what you're trying to find. So I'm looking for angle OBC, and you can write the word angle or angle OBC, or you can just do a little angle on top of the B. And we know that that's going to be 90 take away 51, and the reason is that angle between tangent and radius is 90 degrees, and that's one of the circle theorems. So AC is a tangent, and OB, because O is the centre, is a radius. So the whole thing's going to be 90. So when I do that, so I'm going to do 90 take away 51, which is 39 degrees. So we know that that's 39 degrees. And it's absolutely okay to mark it on the diagram as well. And actually sometimes, not often, but sometimes the examiner will look at the diagram and might give you some extra marks because you didn't show the working out. But most of the marks for these types of questions are for the reasons, and you can't really show reasons on the diagram in a way that the examiner is going to be able to see it. So I also know, let's have a look what else I can work out. Well, that's also 90 degrees and that's also 90 degrees. And ADOB is a quadrilateral. So we can work out which angle we're going to pick next. Well, let's pick this angle here next. So what's that? DOB. So angle DOB is going to equal 360 take away 30 plus 90 plus 90. Okay, so I need to give a reason. Well, let's work it out first, and we can give a reason afterwards. So we're going to take away, 180 plus 30, so that's 210 from 360. That's going to be 150 degrees. And the reason is angles in quadrilateral. And we should really say that the angle ABO and ADO are angles between a tangent and radius as well, but I'm not going to. We've already used that reason, and it's clear in our diagram that we've just repeated the same reason. Okay, so angle DOB we've got as 150. So let's mark that on our diagram. So we can work out this angle here. Okay. And it's very difficult to know what to call this angle because we've already called DOB once. So we could call this other DOB. Let's go for that. Other DOB equals 360 minus 150. Okay, and the reason for that is just angles on a point. So that's 210 degrees, angles on a point. Okay, so what are we up to next? Well, we can work out this angle here, and actually let's mark on the 210 as well. So we've got it all on our diagram. We can work out angle DFB. So DFB, and this time we're using the circle theorem that says angle at the centre, which is the 150. Is twice the angle at the circumference. So angle at the centre is twice the angle at the circumference, so it's going to be 150 divided by 2, which is 75 degrees. So angle at centre twice angle at circumference. Now if your teacher's given you different ways of writing the circle theorems down, that's absolutely fine. There is no strict way of writing it down. So that's going to be 75 degrees. And if you look, we've got the arrowhead BFDO, which is a quadrilateral, and we've got 3 of the lengths. So we can work out ODF. I'm going to have to scroll up because my memory is not that good. So we're going to take them all away from 360. And what is it? 210, 75 and 39. Okay, so we're just going to take those away from 360. And obviously if you're doing this in the calculator paper, then please feel free to use a calculator. And we get 36 degrees, and again it's just angles in quadrilateral. As a rule of thumb, my experience with these questions is they're normally looking for between 2 and 3 reasons. Obviously on this question there's an awful lot of reasons, but if you walk out of the exam and you just think, oh hang on, I only wrote down 3 and actually there's a 4th, sometimes you'll get the full marks, so don't panic too much. Just when you're doing the question, try and write down as many reasons as you can. Even really obvious ones like angles on a straight line or angles in a quadrilateral will help you get the marks. Normally, again, for circle theorem ones, they're looking for circle theorems as well as those ones.